When you're listening to some music that you love, or listening to a poem that you love, or being with a person that you love, you receive something, don't you? You receive the presence of the person, the presence of the music, the presence of the poem. It's the same with the plant. With all plants, they're all communicating with us. Everything's communicating, everything speaks. The Western rational mind doesn't believe that nature speaks, it just thinks of nature as dead. It's just part of our culture. But it requires a poetic sensitivity. You have to work with your imagination and put your rational mind very much in the back seat.
What do you call the trail?
The Buffalo Trail.
Why do you call it the buffalo?
Well, I just imagine being a buffalo, probably an African buffalo, walking through the forest, deep in the forest. I think you'll see what I mean when we walk through it. Do you want to see what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like being in the jungle, Greet the tree, my friend, the English maple, and commune with the tree. Look at this. Come and stand here. Look. If I could snap my fingers, I'd want everyone to be Gaia'd. That's to say, to have the realization, not an intellectual idea at all, not academic, nothing to do with writing or reading. You can be totally illiterate. Just to have the realization that we're living inside a living planet, a gigantic planetary organism, that the cosmos is alive, that everything's sentient, and that the whole purpose of this existence is the cultivation and development of consciousness. But I want people to snap my fingers and they just have the experience without needing any words. Humans can't be happy and whole unless nature is happy and whole. What makes us really happy, apart from our own relationships with each other, is spending time in the forest, in wild forest, in a forest that's brought itself from out of itself. We know now from the science that we need biodiversity to absorb carbon, to produce cloud-seeding chemicals, basically to regulate the climate of the Earth. We have to have healthy biodiversity. So even from a purely functional scientific point of view, we can make an excellent case that we can't have a healthy human society or a healthy economy or whatever we want unless nature is healthy. We can't. I mean, if we destroy all the rainforests and pollute all the oceans, then what's going to regulate the climate? We are nature. We came out of nature. And if we want to have a healthy psychological life, we've got to have a healthy nature. We've got to have biodiversity, wild biodiversity in nature. I think what Western culture has been an experiment that's failed. It's produced lots of great things, but it hasn't produced a way of living well with our planet, so that we can have a sustained relationship with our planet for millennia. In that respect, Western culture is a failure. What we need is a profound inner change. That excites me. The fact that some people are realizing that for themselves. That's what we've been doing at Shumacher College for the last 30 years. The students at Shumacher are all pursuing their own self-realization, which ultimately is the self-realization of Gaia and to sound rather grand, the whole universe. But they're really searching for their own soul, their own individuation in Jungian terms. And that makes them very special. Everyone's so unique and very special. And that's why I love interacting with those students. They're not here to find ways of making money for themselves when they leave, They're here to find themselves in the deepest possible sense. And that means we can go deeply into explorations of Gaia, deep ecology, depth psychology. And each student is a unique individual. It's absolutely a great pleasure for me to spend time with the students at Shumacher.
So how did you meet?
Okay,
How did
right.
you meet Stephan?
How did I meet Stephan? Well, here I was at Shumacher College, and Stephan was one of the 5 core staff who had been employed here to kick the college off. There were 5 course staff, and Stephan was the kind of biologist. He was the ecologist in residence for Dartington, and he came here and was involved in setting up the college several months before it actually opened the doors to people like me. He would play the guitar, lead the field trips, and he was so funny. So it's just Stephan's sense of humour. He's always like making these funny jokes that made me laugh. So that's it. I mean, sense of humour is one of the main things that attracts people to each other.
Try to think back, like for the first time you came across Shumacher College. Why did you come here? How did you come here? What's the story behind that?
Okay, so I first heard about Shumacher College because I used to read Resurgence magazine, and I used to go to the Resurgence lectures in Bristol. So I think I was at Anita Roddick, the founder of the Body Shop. I was hearing her giving a talk in Bristol at the Resurgence lectures, and then on the back of a leaflet it was about this new college that was going to be started called Shumacher College, and it had a list of the first courses. It was, Gaia Theory with Jim Lovelock, and Jonathan Porritt was teaching green politics, and Rupert Sheldrake was coming to teach, and I thought, oh my goodness, all these courses sound amazing, and I'd wanted to get back into education, and I was doing a fairly boring job in a library in Westminster, but I was getting very involved in the Green Party at the same time, so I thought, this is just what I need to bring my knowledge up to speed about the ecological, the environmental crisis, and how ecological systems work. So I actually couldn't decide which one to sign up for, but in the end I decided to plump for the first course, which was the one with Jim Lovelock. And it was a 5-week course, because back in those days all the Shumacher courses were 5 weeks long. So I came on a 5-week course at Shumacher College, and there was about 20 other people signed up for it. And that was the only thing that was happening at Shumacher College at that point, and it was, it was absolutely terrific. And there were lots of field trips and soirees, and kind of lots of crafts. We would join in with crafts with Mary Bartlett, bookbinding, and printmaking with Michael Honor, and wood carving and wood turning with Rod Jenkins in the chicken shed. So it was a really rich experience. And of course I met Stephan, so that was...
I suppose I have moments, and our students have moments of wholeness, where you just feel the earth is alive, you're alive inside the living earth. The earth is much more sentient than you imagine, that organisms are sentient, that there's consciousness in everything. Everything's conscious, one way or another. Everything is consciousness. It's all about consciousness. Those are the wonderful moments when you really know that, It's no longer just an intellectual idea, but it's a sort of kind of knowing descends on you like a healing rain. It's like the healing rain falls on you, and you just know, without any doubt. I do find this kind of temperate woodland, European temperate woodland like this, it's one of the most beautiful woodland types I've ever seen in the world, and I've been in many places in the world. I do love it. It's lovely. Anyway, should we walk down?
Well, thank you so much for bringing me in here.
Yeah, it's good, isn't it? Well, let's show you another place.
Yeah, I'm ready for the next adventure.
Yeah.